Hey, chiropractors, welcome to Modern Chiropractic Mastery with your host, Dr. Kevin Christie, where we discuss the latest in marketing, business, and professional growth with some of the leading experts in the industry. Welcome to another episode of Modern Chiropractic Marketing. I got a very unique one for you today. AI is hot and everybody's talking about it for the last couple years, last year and a half. At MCM, we've kind of sat back a little bit. We've implemented in some of our processes. We've been doing our due diligence behind the scenes with it, but we didn't kind of rush out. And I didn't want to pretend I knew a lot about it because I didn't. But we've been diving into it a little bit more and finding some cool AI strategies. And one of the ones that we found is Notebook LM, and I had heard about that on another podcast. I dabble a little bit in Bitcoin, so I took the Bitcoin white paper, and you can Google that, and uploaded the PDF into Notebook LM. And what Notebook LM can do now is it spit out a two-person podcast episode based on the Bitcoin white paper, and it was like a 20-minute episode, and I just listened to that to learn about the information in the Bitcoin white paper instead of going through that big white paper. So then I was like, that's a cool idea. I wonder if I could upload the PDF version of my book I wrote five years ago and see what would come from that on a podcast. And sure enough, it did. And so what you're going to listen to today is actually two AI voices that are going to be like co-hosts of a podcast that talk about the essentials of the book I wrote 5 years ago. And that's going to be the podcast that you're going to listen to today. And would love your feedback. We're not going to do this often, but I just wanted to show you the power of AI, and you're going to learn basically in a podcast format the essentials of the book I wrote 5 years ago. I know many of you have read that, but this could be a nice little um, audio synopsis for you. And before we dive into that too, I just want to make mention, if you're listening to this as the day it releases on Thursday, tomorrow on January 24th, I'm going to be doing a free webinar for you, the Essential Marketing Blueprint for Evidence-Based Chiropractors, and really dive into how you can grow your practice in 2025. We're going to be doing some of these webinars more often for you. We're going to make it action-packed, a lot of deliverables, and it's free for you. So check out the show notes for the link. It is at www.sites.modernchiropracticmarketing.com. And you do need to register for it and save your spot. And if you do that, we hope you attend. And again, that is going to be on January 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. So check that out and register in the show notes. All right, here is the podcast episode that I didn't do. And these are two AI guests or co-hosts that are going to give you a breakdown of Doing It Right, Modern Chiropractic Marketing, which is the book I wrote and that was kindly published by Parker University.
Welcome in everyone to a deep dive into thriving chiropractors. We're going to unpack Dr. Kevin Christie's book. It's like a cheat sheet to building a practice that flourishes.
Timely topic. With healthcare changing so rapidly, chiropractors face unique challenges and honestly some tough choices about how to stand out.
Not just attracting patients.
Right.
Building something sustainable, both financially and ethically. Dr. Christie lays out these struggles: student loans, competitive market, and let's be honest, the temptation to compromise values just to stay afloat.
That's where his thriving chiropractor concept gets fascinating.
Yeah.
3 elements, like a recipe, clinical skill, business savvy, and this is interesting, effective marketing.
Let's unpack effective marketing, because to some that sounds a little salesy, but it sounds like Dr. Christie has a different approach.
It does. Less about being a slick salesperson, more about being a trusted voice, like the go-to educator for spinal health in your community.
That makes sense. And it ties into his personal philosophy, the 4 freedoms: freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of relationship, and freedom of purpose.
And those freedoms apply to the chiropractors and the patients. Having a practice that lets you live a fulfilling life, but also empowers patients to have more freedom in their own lives through better health.
To use a Dr. Mark King as an example, finds freedom of purpose as a chiropractor and leading a nonprofit inspiring. For many chiropractors, it's not just a job, it's a mission.
Absolutely leads us to the heart of it.
Yeah.
Ethical and effective marketing. Dr. Christie sees this as attracting the right patients, the ones who value your approach, creating a community, not just chasing every client.
And when you're the expert, the one who understands their needs, that impacts everything. You can command higher fees, even step away from low-paying insurance plans that tie a practice down.
Precisely, creating value,
Hmm.
not competing on price. This is where Dr. Christie gets modern. He wants chiropractors to become media companies.
Intriguing media companies, so chiropractors having blogs, YouTube channels, podcasts, even becoming authors.
Yes, blogs, videos, podcasts, all those content marketing tools help chiropractors reach more people and share their expertise.
He connects this to the 6 Ds of tech disruption. Technology changes the game for everyone, including chiropractors. Digitization makes it easy to create and share content. Demonetization makes marketing more affordable. And democratization levels the playing field for smaller practices.
Exactly. These Ds are incredible opportunities. In the past, publishing a book was expensive and took forever. Technology removed those barriers.
So chiropractors use these tools to become thought leaders and reach people who need their help. But honestly, it can feel overwhelming. Where do you even begin?
That's where Dr. Christie's Modern Chiropractic Marketing Roadmap comes in. A clear system. It starts with positioning your niche, who you want to serve, how you want to be seen.
Figuring out your superpower.
Yeah,
What makes you stand out from other chiropractors?
exactly. Then planning, creating a content calendar, deciding topics, and actually sticking to it. Consistency is key, but it can be a struggle.
A lot of our listeners can relate. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and let marketing slide. But Dr. Christie says make time for it, like any other part of your business.
Absolutely. He emphasizes measuring your results. The marketing hourglass model. It goes beyond getting new patients, attracting, engaging, retaining, turning them into advocates.
Hourglass. It's a shift from just focusing on that first appointment to thinking about the whole journey, building long-term relationships, a sense of community.
Yes, that community is key, not just patients. A tribe of people who resonate with your values and approach to health and wellness.
He also has actionable content creation tips. What's the investigative reporter plan?
It's creating content by interviewing experts in your community. Instead of coming up with ideas yourself, you become a curator of knowledge.
Interview a local yoga instructor about back pain prevention, or a nutritionist about diet and inflammation.
Exactly. Generates valuable content, positions you as a connector and thought leader.
That's smart. Then there's the repurposing magic. Take that interview and turn it into a blog post, social media posts, maybe a podcast episode.
Precisely. Maximize your efforts. Reach different people.
And he believes in the power of storytelling in your marketing and how you talk to patients.
He wants chiropractors to use storytelling not just to promote their practice, but also to help patients understand their own health journey.
He gives an example about a dad who couldn't play catch with his son because of back pain. Instantly shows the impact of chiropractic care, not just fixing a problem, restoring quality of life.
Exactly. Connecting emotionally, making it more meaningful. He breaks down the 7 key characteristics of a good story and how to use that even in a report of findings.
Okay, let's talk about how this reaches people. Websites, email marketing, social media. Where does a chiropractor even begin?
He calls it the hub and spoke model. Your website is the hub, your online home base.
And it should be more than just a brochure listing services and hours.
Absolutely. He wants chiropractors to see websites as content platforms full of valuable information. It's about building a resource.
So having a blog with regular articles,
Yeah.
a resource library with guides and ebooks.
Exactly. And the spokes are all the channels where you share that content. Social media, email marketing directories, even ads. Each spoke drives traffic to your hub.
And he says, own your online presence. Your website is a priority. Not just relying on social media where algorithms change all the time.
That's critical. Build a strong foundation that you control.
Creating a digital ecosystem for your practice. Reaching your ideal patients.
Precisely. And in that ecosystem, Dr. Christie explores different channels, each with its own strengths and strategies.
Let's take a break from today's episode and announce our first sponsor. This is going to be Propel Marketing and Design. I've known Darcy Sullivan for years. We've worked hand in hand on my websites. I don't trust anybody else to do this search engine optimization. She does a great job. There's so much to it. A lot of the lingo and the words are beyond my comprehension, but it's just amazing work that she does. And if you're really going to get results with Google, you have to make sure your website is SEO optimized. And I really don't want you doing it yourself as a chiropractor. So you just have to have this type of stuff done. And if you're looking to get more organic online traffic that pulls in new patients, Propel Marketing and Design is currently offering chiropractors who listen to this podcast a free SEO website review. The free review will help you uncover methods that will improve your website and boost your search engine visibility. Head over to propelyourcompany.com/chiropractor and schedule your free SEO website review. You won't regret it. She gets great results. Your website needs this. Your search results need this. Head on over there to propelyourcompany.com/chiropractor to get your free SEO website review.
Okay, I'm ready to dive into those channels. What's first?
Let's start with the giant Google. It's the starting point for so many health searches, essential for any chiropractor. Dr. Christie breaks Google down into a few key areas. First, he says you have to claim and optimize your Google My Business listing.
That little box that pops up when you search for a business with photos, hours, reviews, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Essential for local search. When someone searches chiropractor near me, Google uses that to see if you show up in the results.
So just having a website isn't enough. You have to make sure Google can connect you with the people searching. Makes sense.
He also talks about SEO, search engine optimization, making sure your website ranks well.
So when someone searches back pain relief, your site shows up higher, hopefully on that first page.
Precisely. It's complex, but Dr. Christie covers the basics, relevant keywords. Optimizing content backlinks.
And Google Ads, reaching potential patients who are searching.
He says use Google Ads strategically. Don't just target anyone with back pain. Get specific target golfers with elbow pain. Send them to a page with a free golf swing analysis.
Now we're talking niche down to the right patients, but track results. Make sure it's worth it.
Absolutely. Measure your return on investment. Know what's working.
Speaking of social media, let's talk Facebook. What's Dr. Christie's take?
He says Facebook is powerful for connecting, but don't rely on it too much. Algorithms change and impact your reach.
So that build it and they will come doesn't really work for Facebook pages.
Not anymore. Create content that's engaging and valuable. Share educational content. Patient success stories, behind the scenes stuff.
He also talks about Facebook groups.
Yes, connect with people interested in your area. Join a group for local moms or runners. Participate. Build relationships. Become a resource.
And of course, Facebook ads to reach more people.
They have potential, but use them strategically and target effectively. You can target by age, location, interests, even job title.
Wow. You could target people with desk jobs who might have back pain,
Right.
or people who like yoga.
Exactly. Facebook is always changing. Stay adaptable. Experiment.
From Facebook to Instagram seems perfect for chiropractors, showcasing exercises, stretches, patient transformations, strategies for Instagram.
He highlights chiropractors doing well on Instagram, Move You. They have great videos about mobility and movement, a global following.
Wow, I've seen them. They're creative and informative. You don't have to be huge to build a following.
Exactly. They embody his 6 principles for content. Filling a need, consistent human unique point of view, not salesy, best of breed.
A winning formula. And then there's Dr. Jacob Harden, growing his practice through Instagram.
He was an early adopter of Instagram, consistent with posting valuable content, engages with followers.
Impressive. Being early can give you an edge. He
Oh.
built a presence before it got so crowded.
And he experiments with different formats, videos, photos, stories, reels.
Being creative. Standing out.
Yes, experiment. Find what works.
He said have a clear call to action. Engage people, but guide them to the next step. Visit your website. Book an appointment. Join your email list.
Precisely. And use Instagram stories. Connect personally. Give a behind-the-scenes look.
Let's take a short break for one of our great sponsors, TrackStat. It is a new type of software plugin for your EHR that combines patient communication, marketing, automation, and statistics with patient and employee tracking. Built by chiropractors for chiropractors, it shows your team what to focus on each day. See patient visit habits, missing information, unpaid bills, insurance collection visit average, and more. Great visibility of data so you can focus on filling your office with your best patients. When you can see what your staff and patients are doing or not doing and take action accordingly, your profits naturally grow. Take TrackStat for a test drive in your office with our free trial. Not a techie? No problem. We can help. To get started on your free trial, visit trackstat.org and watch the demo. That is trackstat.org.
Google, Facebook, Instagram. What about YouTube? A lot of people think it's just entertainment.
Dr. Christie sees YouTube as a valuable tool. He says shift your mindset. It's not just about going viral, it's about providing educational content that complements your strategy. Another spoke for your hub.
YouTube has so much potential for long-form content videos about different back pain demonstrating stretches.
Exactly. Remember, YouTube is a search engine. Optimize titles and descriptions so people find your videos.
And the repurposing magic? Turn that blog post on golf injuries into a video, or patient testimonials into a short video.
Exactly. Repackage content, make the most of it.
Now I'm curious about podcasting. We're both fans.
Yes, often overlooked by chiropractors. A great way to reach a niche audience and build authority. Deeper dives, longer conversations.
I like that he says experiment. Maybe solo episodes sharing expertise, or interview experts, highlight patient stories.
And just like other content, be strategic. Promote your podcast.
You do an episode on sciatica pain? Share it on social media, your newsletter embedded on your website. Drive traffic to your hub.
Precisely repurpose the content. Transcribe it into a blog post. Create audiograms.
Let's take a short break from today's episode to tell you about the best decision I've made in my clinic in the last 10 years, and that has been adding shockwave therapy to our clinic. The outcomes have been really impressive. Certain conditions we were struggling with in the past, we're now seeing results with the shockwave therapy for that. And second of all, the ROI has been really good. You know, when you make a big investment in something, you want to see a return, and we're seeing that return in clinical outcomes and in our investment, and that's been really nice to see. I chose Keenest Medical for 4 reasons. One is the technology is top notch. You have to have great technology. There's a lot out there that isn't quite up to snuff. The second thing is they have a really good clinical training. They have an exclusive partnership with Academy of Shockwave Excellence so that you can become clinically proficient in shockwave. You do need to get skilled at it. I think that's a big differentiator between practices that are getting great results and seeing the ROI is they have a great clinical aspect to that as well. So you want to get trained appropriately. Third is they have in-house service team for all of your technical support, which is key when you're investing in a machine like this. And then lastly, they have a very in-depth marketing and business support for you so that you can launch this into your practice effectively, that you can get that ROI on it, that you can get the clinical outcomes. And they also have really good financing options if you need that. So go to keenestmedical.com, KINAS medical.com, mention MCM podcast and receive a free shockwave in practice book with a purchase of a unit. So that's keenestmedical.com, KINAS medical.com, and mention MCM podcast.
Okay, one last content tool. Free online courses.
Showcase your expertise. Provide value. Dr. Christie says they attract new patients and educate existing ones.
What kind of online courses would work for chiropractors?
Create courses about problems your patients have, back pain prevention, posture correction, stress management exercises for desk workers.
I love that. Position yourself as an expert. Help people improve their lives.
Think strategically how to use them. Lead magnet, nurture patient relationships, provide extra value.
Weave those courses into your marketing. Build those connections. Make them easy to access.
Platforms like LearnDash post your courses professionally. Integrate them with your website.
A smooth experience, easy to access content.
Exactly. And as with anything, promote those courses. Let people know.
We've covered a lot. Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube podcasts, online courses. It's a lot.
It can be overwhelming, but the hub and spoke is a clear framework. Your website is the hub, and you use other channels to drive traffic to it.
He says you don't have to be on every platform. Choose the ones that make sense for you and your patients.
Right. Focus your efforts. And he doesn't just talk about online marketing. He also talks about community outreach,
Right.
real-world connections.
Online is great, but face-to-face is still so valuable, especially for trust.
Attend networking events. Partner with businesses. Volunteer. Be an active member of your community.
Speaking at local events, a gym, a yoga studio, a community center. Get in front of people.
Step out from behind your desk. Be visible.
Now let's shift gears. Attracting new patients, nurture relationships. But how do you get those new faces walking through the door?
Dr. Christie has some interesting ideas. The before unit strategy. Reach people before they even realize they need care.
Instead of waiting for someone to be in pain,
You're educating them about the benefits, planting seeds, positioning yourself as a resource.
reframing it. How does a chiropractor do that?
Content marketing, educate about common problems. Posture correction, ergonomics, stress management.
Showcasing your expertise. being helpful and informative, not pushy.
Exactly. Providing value up front, building trust.
He also says use online quizzes or assessments. How's your posture? Are you at risk for back pain?
Interactive, personalized people love quizzes, free value, a reason to connect.
He even says host workshops or webinars, desk ergonomics for a pain-free workday, natural ways to reduce stress.
Not just digital marketing, connect in person.
He says think creatively, partner with businesses, offer lunchtime workshops, sponsor a health fair.
Get your message out there.
Okay, attracting new patients is important. What about keeping current patients coming back? Even better, becoming raving fans who refer people.
The wow patient experience. Every interaction is marketing.
Not just the adjustment, the whole experience.
Exactly. A welcoming and comfortable atmosphere. Calming music, essential oils, herbal tea, make people feel cared for.
Communication is key. Understanding their diagnosis treatment plan. What to expect.
Clear communication. Using language they understand. Answering questions patiently. Build trust.
And go above and beyond. A handwritten thank you note, a guide on stretches, follow up after an appointment,
Little touches. They show you care. Don't forget technology.
an online portal, access treatment plans, schedule appointments, communicate,
Convenience and efficiency.
attracting new patients, creating a great experience. What about people who have stopped coming?
Reactivating inactive patients. Getting those lost sheep back.
Patients who came for a few visits saw improvement, but life got in the way.
Sometimes they just need a little reminder. Email marketing newsletters, tips, updates, offers.
Stay top of mind, keep communicating, and handwritten notes.
That personal touch. Pick up the phone. Call inactive patients. Check in.
Okay, let's talk about how Dr. Christie says to structure a patient visit.
He breaks down the interaction, greeting to report of findings.
Key touch points.
The initial greeting, greet every patient warmly, make them comfortable.
Set the tone.
Exactly. Then a detailed history. More than just symptoms. Lifestyle goals, concerns, listen, show interest.
Build rapport. See them as a person.
Ask questions that help uncover the cause of pain.
Tell me about your workday. What movements do you make? How much time sitting?
Get a full picture,
Then the physical exam.
a thorough examination, physical limitations, imbalances, tenderness, create an effective plan.
And the report of findings, how to approach it.
Remember storytelling. Use those principles. Make it engaging and meaningful.
Instead of listing technical terms,
Weave their story into it. They're the hero. You're the guide.
give me an example.
Chronic neck pain. Don't just say herniated disc. Say, I know this neck pain is frustrating. It's stopping you playing with your kids or running. It seems you have a herniated disc pressing on a nerve.
Okay, I see the difference. You're acknowledging the impact, putting it into context, more personal.
Exactly. And when you talk about treatment, it's not just adjustments. It's empowering them to heal.
We can work together to reduce your pain, get you back to doing what you enjoy, adjustments, exercises, ergonomic modifications.
Yes, it's a partnership.
Clear communication is key when you talk about frequency of treatments and recovery time.
Absolutely. Set realistic expectations. Make them feel informed and confident. He says end the report of findings with a positive message. Remind them of their strengths.
And the call to action?
Schedule their next appointment. Commit to their journey.
Guide them, reinforce their commitment.
Throughout this process, build rapport. It's not just a service, it's a relationship. Trust and respect.
Not just what you say, how you say it. Be present, attentive, invested.
Precisely. What it means to be a thriving chiropractor. More than money balance. Clinical skill, business acumen, connect with patients.
A practice aligned with your values,
Yeah.
passions, purpose. Dr. Christie says it's a marathon, not a sprint. Continuous learning and growth.
He's given us a roadmap.
It can feel overwhelming. The rewards are huge, not just financial, making a difference.
Real world examples. Would you like to hear stories of chiropractors using these principles?
You know what? Let's get inspired.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear about chiropractors who are putting these ideas into practice and seeing those results. Real-world examples of how Dr. Christie's method can build a thriving practice and a fulfilling career.
I'm ready for it. It's one thing to learn the concepts, but seeing them in action is powerful.
Absolutely. So first, Dr. Joe Danke. His story is about resilience, rebuilding in the face of challenges.
Oh yeah, Dr. Danke. His practice was hit by Hurricane Harvey. That must have been so hard.
Devastating for his community. His practice was really impacted. But he didn't give up. He saw it as a chance to rebuild, not just his practice, but his whole approach.
Wow, it takes determination, a willingness to change.
He found Dr. Christie's work, joined the Chiropractic Success Academy. He says the program gave him the tools and the mindset to not just rebuild, but to create something even stronger.
The power of a framework and a supportive community.
Dr. Danke's story proves these principles work. Even in tough times, finding opportunity, having the courage to do things differently.
Now, for something different, Movia, they've mastered Instagram video, huge global audience.
Their videos are so creative, they make complex movement and mobility concepts accessible and fun.
They're a perfect example of those 6 principles for content. Remember, filling a need, being consistent, human, unique perspective, not salesy, top-notch quality.
A winning formula. You don't need a big corporation or fancy team to create impactful content and reach the world. It's about passion, creativity, providing value.
And then there's Dr. Jacob Harden growing his practice on Instagram.
What's impressive is he was early on Instagram. He saw its potential. He's been strategic and consistent, always valuable content, engaging with people.
Being early can be an advantage. He built his presence before it got so crowded.
And he's not afraid to try different things. Videos, photos, stories, reels. Always seeing what works.
That's key on Instagram. It changes constantly. What worked before might not now. You have to adapt.
Before we wrap up, Dr. Christie asks, if you were to create content as a chiropractor, what unique knowledge or experience could you share?
It makes you think about your strengths, your passions, the needs of your community. Everyone has something to offer.
What will you take action on? You don't have to be a marketing guru or influencer. Share your expertise, build relationships, create a practice you're passionate about.
Be authentic, connect with people. Building a practice is a journey. Take small steps, experiment, learn, adapt.
That's it, our deep dive into thriving chiropractors. We explored Dr. Kevin Christie's framework, different marketing strategies, inspiring stories. If you want more, check out his book, tons of wisdom in there.
A valuable resource for any chiropractor who wants to succeed in the modern world.
Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making a difference.
And keep those spines aligned.
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you want to make the shift from busy, broke, and broken to time-free and cash confident, or you just want to continue with the exponential growth, check us out at modernchiropracticmarketing.com. Look at the MCM Mastery tab, watch the short video on there, and check out what we are doing now for evidence-informed chiropractors. We are equal parts coaching and marketing done for you. Yes, you shoot some videos, we help you with campaign strategies and ideas and really become a thought leader in your community. You shoot those videos, you send them to us, we produce, edit, and brand them to you. Then we distribute them through all of your channels. We also take them and we turn it into one good blog per month. And every other month, we have Darcy Sullivan producing a robust blog with a topic that you pick from her database to help with your SEO. So we essentially become your content marketing agency to make sure your practice is always having ethical, elegant content marketing to help grow your practice. On the coaching side, we also help you with everything from marketing ideas to business, communications, finances, anything practice growth, and really try to help prevent you from being stuck on that island. And we hold you accountable. We have a great group of doctors that are just doing amazing things, and we look forward to help you out to take that next step in your practice. So again, check us out at modernchiropracticmarketing.com and learn more.